This is Amud Yomi Gemara in Shabbos Daf. Samachei Amud Beis. We're holding in the bottom of Samachei Amud Aleph. We are 10 lines from the bottom, right after the Mishnah. Says the Gemara, my tzinis. What is a tzinis? We said a woman could wear this coin, this sela on the tzinis. Says the Gemara, what is a tzinis? Explains the Gemara. Bas ara, it's a wound on the sole of the foot, the bottom of the foot. They used to put this coin on it, which was used for some therapeutic healing situation. Maishna sela. Why a sela specifically? If you're going to tell me anything hard is good for this foot disease, just put an earthenware shard in there. Why would they put a coin? It's because a coin generates moisture. So put a plate of metal. El mishum surta, the image of the coin. Levele pulsa, so it's used a piece of wood that has an image on it. All these things together has to be something hard, has to be something metal, has to be something with an image that allows the foot to sweat, that allows the foot some level to act as a therapeutic situation for this soul disease. And we go into the next part of the Mishnah. Inside the Mishnah, the young girls go out with these threads and these kismin in their ears. Explains the Gemara, Avur the Shmuel, 5 lines from the bottom. Wouldn't allow his daughters to go out with these things. And he didn't let them sleep next to each other, the girls to sleep next to each other while they were besulois. He made mikvahs during Nisan and mats during Tishrei. So says the Gemara, let's explain what are these different practices, what are these different hanagos that we just spoke about of Avua Dishmuel. Explains the Gemara, B'nasei d'Avua Dishmuel, d'Tzivayin Havi. Excuse me, I skipped. L'shavgul yotzim b'chutin. I v'nantanan abundance yotzim b'chutin. The Mishnah said they're yes allowed. So it explains the Gemara, B'nasei d'Avua Dishmuel, d'Tzivayin Havi. The threads worn by the B'nasei d'Shmuel were colored, so he was worried that he might take them off to show to people. As we keep on seeing, there's this general concern that you might come to take out these colorful, these chashav items, this golden tooth and whatnot, to show to a friend. So their items that they wore were these colorful threads, and therefore he was worried that the girls might come to show to others. He didn't let them sleep next to each other. That were worried that the women that rub against each other, of course, used to sleep undressed with Zman Chazal. And therefore, Ravuna teaches that Nashin, women that would rub against each other, in order to satisfy some sort of their personal urge, there's some sort of their taiva or psulas lekuna, because at some level this is called zinos. So seemingly, says the Gemara, is that what Avua Dishmuel as well was worried about? That psulas lekuna caused the kohen gadol asmari a psula, and at some level this process, which these girls were doing, even though it wasn't proper zinos, it was some level of zinos, therefore forbade them from the kuna. Says more, no, that's not what Avua Dishmuel held. The reason was he didn't want the girls to be accustomed to lying against another person. Why? Because then they would want to come to lie with a man. Therefore, as a extra geder, Avua Dishmuel didn't even allow the single girls to sleep with each other, even though he held there wasn't really a problem of zinos. He just didn't want them to start desiring having men to sleep with at, whether it's because of his young age, whether it's because they weren't ready, etc., etc. Number 3 that Avua Dishmuel did is Avua Avelu Mikvah B'Yom Nisan. He made a mikvah days of Nisan. Mesayele the Rav Damar Rav Mitra b'Marav. The rains in the west in Eretz Yisrael. Sad the Rav Pras. The Euphrates is a witness. What does it mean? That means the Euphrates has a lot of rainwater. Savar Shema Yirbu Anaitzvin Al Zeichlin. So now Shmuel is worried. There's a lot of rainwater in the Euphrates, so it might passel up the Euphrates to be used as a mikvah. Why would it passel up? This is a complicated mikvah sugya, but the basic idea of the Gemara is, if the neitvim is more numerous than the zeichlim, if the rainwater is more than the flowing river water, it passels up the river from being a river. And therefore, Avua Dishmuel was worried. There's so much rain, and now the Euphrates might have too much rainwater, so we need the mikvahs so as not to go down into the Euphrates b'yom Nisan after the intense rains of the winter. It says the Gemara, Plug the Shmuel, and Avud the Shmuel argues with Shmuel. Damar Shmuel Nahara Mikefim Mibarach. A river increases from inside, from its source. Therefore, the river, you don't have to be worried, says Shmuel, about excessive rainwater parceling up the Euphrates to be used as a mikvah. And furthermore, it says the Gemara, Shmuel argues with himself. Tamar Shmuel that flowing water doesn't work. So Shmuel himself said Yom Tishrei, seemingly indicating that he was also worried about this issue B'Yom Nisan. So Shmuel himself is a stira. Lamaisa, that's what Avud Shmuel did. He used to make these mikvahis. And continues the Gemara over here. We don't explain the fourth thing. He made the mats was for a tefillah issue, so that their feet didn't get full of the tit on the floor of the river, possibly parceling up their tefillah, etc. Parparis 11, we said a woman could close her clothing with a stone. They used to take the stone and wrap it around, and that would hold the, like a toga type thing closed. But said the Mishnah, you can't do it for the first time on Shabbos. Ask the Gemara, Amrit Reisha Bar Peretz, you're allowed to do it. So you're allowed to, you're not allowed to do it. Amr Abaya, Seif Aslam Atbeya, Soiman Atbeya, and therefore you cannot use it on Shabbos. However, a stone or a nut, these items are not muksa, therefore you can use them. Is a woman allowed to close her clothing with a nut? Why? She wants to have a snack for a child. So she'll take the nut, she'll use it to close her clothing, wrapping it around the cloak or whatever it is. And then she'll be at the park, she'll to give the kids something to eat. Are you allowed to do a harama in such a regard? It's machlekes whether in general or marimim or not. So it's a shayla according to both. In a case of deleka, that what? You allowed to wear extra layers of clothing in order to save it from the fire. So the shayla is, Hasa, maybe only over there. We have special kulas by a fire because we're worried if we don't give you a little bit of leniency, you're going to come to put out the fire. So that's why we allow you to wear excessive layers of clothing. But maybe only over there by a fire of lacha, but over here, maybe we do not have to worry about it. That if we do not allow them to do it, we're not worried they're going to come to carry it out, and therefore we don't have to be mekel. I don't know. Over there, that's mamish haitzah. That is the derech to transport clothing. Therefore, that's why it's aser. It's only going to be a carrying in a way of a shinoi by wrapping in your coats. Therefore, maybe we'll be more mekel. He says, we'll have to wait for such a teretz, and we'll pick it up from the Mishnah, B'siyata Dishmaya.